We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. More farm-to-market roads are underway with the expected signing of joint administrative order this month. This will set up the guidelines to make all farm-to-market roads interconnected with other infrastructure projects. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. said all the government agencies involved in the project are expected to sign before the end of the year. These include the Departments of Agriculture, Public Works and Highways, Interior and Local Government, Trade and Industry, and Tourism. As of October this year, Malacanang said more than 43,000 kilometers is proposed for FMR projects. About 67,000 farm-to-market roads were completed, leaving a backlog of over 64,000 kilometers. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has tasked the Department of Health, or DOH, to prioritize the campaign against human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, and tuberculosis, aside from dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. In a meeting in Malacanang Palace, Marcos reminded health officials to start focusing again on the country's general health concerns. DOH Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergere reported that the DOH already partnered with the United States Agency for International Development to intensify monitoring of TB cases. Vergere noted the re-emergence of tuberculosis, especially among the lower income brackets, with multi-drug resistant cases also increasing because of improper medication. On HIV, Vergere said cases increased due to the pandemic as restrictions prevented people from undergoing screenings and getting their medicines. She said the DOH is working with lawmakers and the Judiciary Department to fight the stigma and discrimination associated with HIV infection. Meanwhile, the DOH assured there is no outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease, even as cases are increasing. Vergere said there were 155 HFMD cases recorded in the National Capital Region from October to December 6. She said most of the cases are children aged 11 and below and are all manageable and preventable. The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-ELCAC, welcomed the decision of lawmakers to restore its 10 billion peso budget for next year. NTF-ELCAC Director Colonel Stephen Cabanlet said the allotted fund is very crucial to fulfilling its mandate of eliminating insurgency in the country. Cabanlet said NTF-ELCAC's budget is mostly allocated for developmental projects such as setting up of water and electrical systems and providing livelihood in priority barangays. He said military troops are also conducting community service and immersing themselves in these areas to determine the needs of these villages. In other news, lawmakers are looking into allocating about 2 billion pesos in funds for the government's EDSA Busway Libreng Sakay program. Senate Committee on Finance Chairman Sani Angara said funds for the EDSA Carousel free rides were allocated under the Bicameral Conference Committee version of the proposed 2023 budget. Angara said the Bicameral Conference version also sets aside a budget for other ongoing and future transportation programs. Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista earlier said it is up to the Congress if lawmakers will set aside budget for the EDSA Bus Carousel free ride program. The Department of Transportation initially sought 12 billion pesos for the program set for next year. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good evening, everyone.